So in this video, we're going to be talking about natal moon in Leo in the 11th house. So if you have this placement, you are in the right place. And a lot of people that have the 11th house in Leo will be Libra risings, or they'll have that sign somewhere close to the side of the ascendant. Some of you guys could be, some of you guys could be Virgos, but more of you guys could also be Scorpios. But with that being said, what the moon represents in astrology is it represents emotional fulfillment and what gives us emotional security. So it's where our sense of security comes from. And it also shows things that can make us feel insecure if they are attacked or if they are threatened. And for you, with the moon being in Leo, which is about the ego, your sense of security comes from validation from the group, because you have Leo in the 11th house and you have the moon in the 11th house more specifically. And the 11th house is about friends, it's about groups, and it's about things that we're a part of. It's about the collective. It can be about humanitarian goals. So on an emotional level, you could have, an internal humanitarian side to yourself. And when it comes to security, like the things that you really defend is not really your own ego, but you really defend the things that you're a part of, and you really defend the group. You defend your friends and you defend the collective. Or at least if those things get undermined, then you will start to feel irritated or angry, or you feel like you have to step up. Because ego, which is what the sign of Leo represents, is all about being able to step up and play an important role. And with the moon being in this sign, Leo, it just shows that you just have this need to play an important role in the groups that you're a part of or in society. So as a child, or even as a young adult, a lot of people that have the moon in the 11th house, they want to bring value to the things that they are a part of, especially extracurricular activities or school groups or projects. They care about contributing value to groups and to things that they are a part of. And a lot of times the mother or the nurturing parent, which is indicated by the moon and can be partially shown or fully shown by the moon, could have been a proud individual, because the moon is in Leo. So the nurturing parent could have been a proud individual and somebody that had a lot of progressive ideals, because, the moon is in the 11th house. And they were very proud of the associations that they were a part of, or of their work group, or just especially things that are extracurricular, or like things that are community oriented. So they loved being a participant, and that's what the 11th house and the sign Aquarius is all about. It's all about participation in groups. So in your upbringing, which is shown by the moon, which could have been, not only the parents, but it could also have been teachers, just different experiences and individuals that shaped your character. On an emotional level, they raised you to be a participant and to be an active member of the community. May have been one of the family's core values, or it's just something they instilled in you, or something that you just could have picked up on just based on your upbringing and your school life, your childhood. And the moon in Leo, on a general sense, just shows this emotional need to feel capable, and also this emotional need to have energy to be able to play the role that you're meant to play, because Leo is about the role that we play, and it's also a fixed fire sign, which means a constant state of energy, and it's ruled by the sun. Imagine if the sun one day decided to dim itself because it was tired. See, this would really put a lot of things in chaos. You know, the sun never dims itself. And that's what Leo is about. It's always about being a character, always having energy, always receiving validation, always being the center of attention. So it's a very consuming sign, very energy consuming. So when the moon is in Leo, it shows this need to always have energy because you always feel like you have to perform at a high standard. And also you would tend to be quite a self-reliant individual. You don't like to depend on others. You feel like you are most secure when you're depending on your own energy. And that's because, you know, Leo is a fire sign, which is about energy and it's about the self. So, in a general sense, when you have the moon in the 11th house in Leo, this shows wanting to have the energy to participate or to play your role. And, you know, a lot of times your friends can depend on you, or like the people in your work groups or your colleagues, they depend on your energy and you always feel like you need to be there. In general, it indicates, well, this placement indicates an emotional underlying need to constantly be a part of things as well, because Leo is about, it's a fixed fire sign, which is about a constant state of action or a constant state of identity, because fire is the element that has to do with Aries, the first fire sign. Aries is about identity. So that's what ego is. It's an identity that we always hold on to. You know, identity doesn't always have to be something we hold on to. We can change it, but the things that Leo shows is things that we never let go of. So like, that's why people get into conflicts over their ego. And so when you have Leo in the 11th house and you have the moon here, it just shows this emotional need to constantly be a part of things, especially your friends' lives. Maybe you don't do that all the time, but you just emotionally feel that pull or that desire. You're quite an active individual, active participant. So, and this just comes from this need to feel secure, which is indicated by the moon, and needing to be a resource for the greater group. So you feel the most secure as well when you are amongst a group of peers, especially a strong group of peers, because the 11th house is in Leo. Leo is about strength of character and it's about confidence. So in general, you'll be very proud of the groups that you're a part of, and you need to be part of a strong society or a strong collective to feel the most secure, a strong group of friends, especially one that gives you validation. And this fulfills your emotional need, being validated by groups. So that basically sums up this placement and what I have written for this video. And if I really had to sum it up in one sentence, it's definitely, you know, a humanitarian individual, somebody that likes to be a part of things and has this emotional need to bring value to the things that they're a part of. Like, they just can't be a slacker or they can't be the weakest link in the group. That's for sure with this placement. So, with that being said, I hope that this video was not too scattered, and I hope that you guys enjoyed and that it resonated. And if it did, and you saw yourself in any way throughout this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more content. And other than that, check out my Patreon if you would like a personal natal chart reading, where I go over the whole of your chart and all of your placements together for just a more personalized interpretation of yourself. And other than that, I appreciate you guys watching and supporting in any way that you do. And I'll see you guys sometime soon in another video. Peace.